I just changed my look and that was it. But it was all part of the strategy.
Right.
But it was revelational. So I empty my wardrobe, I pack all my clothes. I'm not going to be wearing this. Okay, so it was so funny that one of the things that attracted my husband to me was my dressing. Looking bad. So maybe that's just what somebody needs to do.
So, in your own opinion, do you think for some, looking for a finished product, like, look, I can't wait. I'm not in that lane of waiting for a man to manifest.
Before.
Yeah. I'm looking for a man that is finished, ready-made. So, do you think is on one side it means that someone should not actually say, okay, if you find a good man that is actually ready, that is finished, it's not a crime actually. But for some, do you think for someone looking for a finished product can actually be a reason for a delay in getting married?
Also, it's very much possible, because in the bid of looking for finished product, forgetting that some of the finished products you are admiring, their spouses are actually a contributing factor to the finished product you are seeing. So I wouldn't say the best, but most of the time is raw material that is needed, that you walk the journey together. So I'm not saying every relationship should be that way, but quite a number of singles, they need to look at things from the lens of a partner they will grow together with. And some are fortunate to meet finished products and it's working for them. So it's not a crime, it's not a sin. But if God has called you to be a partner with someone with a raw material that you guys need to work together for a refined finished product, and you are waiting for a finished product, that means the person will wait forever. So who are you? And for me, waiting for finished product is as good as saying you are poor, you need a rich man.
Right.
Why can't you be rich yourself? You can be rich yourself. You can be anything you want to be yourself. So why wait for a rich man? So the rich man should be the one looking for you. They too need a rich woman. So why wait? So that's why the singlehood is a period for you to just invest in yourself.
It's a time for investment.
Face your God. A time for you to grow.
Right.
A time for you to glow. A time for you to shine. A time for you to discover your purpose. A time for you to make impact, add value. Because when the time comes, you won't be able to do all those things again. You may be able to do one or two. Or you may not even be able to do anything at all, because you are facing the home front, which comes with its own challenges as well.
Yeah, you're talking about self-discovery earlier as a very critical factor for singles to work around themselves, to work on themselves rather, so that they can be a better person for the right person.
Exactly.
So, if I take a look at my own personal experience, if my wife were to look at a finished product, as at the time we get married, absolutely she wouldn't have got married to me. Because as at the time we were to get married, let me just share this. Then I was like, after graduation, in Niger Factor, the issue of getting job, it was very serious battle then. And though it's not always like that for every other people, but there were peculiar situations. But then the job was not there, and the job I had was like a teaching job. But the teaching job, let me put it in more perspective. The pay was not the right thing about. As a matter of fact, I told the place, don't pay me, let me even offer it for free. So when I offered it for free, but right there was something like kind of conviction that we knew it was time.
To get
We
married.
don't know how things were going to unfold, but we knew it was time. So even though we knew it was time, and she had the understanding too, I wasn't putting under pressure that, look,
We have to get
I'm ready to
married
get
now.
married. You should follow me, even because that would be blindness. Like
Exactly.
you are leading a woman, a young lady, into marriage without you having that preparation.
Capacity.
Yeah. Then I always, when I share this, I always tell people it's my personal experience. I'm not saying you should follow it.
Exactly.
Look at mine. It was not the things around were not ready, but we knew that it was time. So what did we do? The place I was working, the amount they were going to pay, I told them, you just hold it, let me do it for free, right? And while I was doing it for free for that organization, someone just called me and said, okay, what are you working on? I told him what I was working on. But then she knew that this guy, even though things are not the way they should be now, not the finished product, but she knew the man she was getting married to.
Yeah.
That is someone that knows what he's doing.
Exactly.
So I then back to what I was saying. The man called me and said, okay, what are you working on? I told him what I was working on. I said, okay, what do you need for what you're working on? I said, okay, I need about 60,000 naira for it. And he said, ask for my account number, send me to my account. I went for that training, and believe you me, while I was doing that job for free for that company, I went for that customer service training. Immediately I finished that training, I applied for the job. When prior to that time too, we were to go for marriage counseling, and in the Redeemed Christian Church of God, they needed to have a kind of consent from the parents.
Alright.
And she spoke to her mom, but to somebody, it would be crazy. Like, this man has not gotten a house. he has not got a job. The job he's doing is not to write home about, and you are saying you are going for marriage. It is crazy. But I don't know how it's happened. We had that conviction, and she spoke to her mom. Her mom informed our sibling to say, okay, I'll write this letter, and that person, the person she spoke to said, I'm not going to write this letter because she knew the kind of person, my state of that time. She refused to write letter, and I can actually understand with her, right? But she took time. She traveled miles to meet her mom, got the letter signed. But guess what? While we were preparing, we got to the first day of counseling. I was just praying, please don't ask me the job I'm doing. Because if they ask, what will I tell them? Then the second thought was, if they ask me, I will tell them I'm a teacher, even though I'm not being paid.
Yeah.
So, and while they were having the counseling class, while it was going, suddenly I got a text on my phone. The sender, I don't know who sent the text. The text read, Akuna Matata, I will settle it.
Wow.
And I read it, Akuna Matata, I will settle. The sender, I don't know. I don't have the number of the sender on my phone. So that gave me kind of peace. We continue with the stuff, and I was praying, this woman should not ask me what I'm doing. Incidentally, unfortunately for the situation, the woman asked, and I said, okay, I'm a teacher. Okay, the woman said, oh, well, teachers too, they are doing well. We have some teachers that are doing very well, and we had that conversation. And that same day, the first day of the counseling, as we finished the counseling, we were walking home to our sister's place, and immediately we got to our sister's place, I got a text on my phone. You have been found suitable for the job. Resume on Wednesday.
Wow.
I got that text on a Sunday to resume for the job in the bank on Wednesday.
Wow.
So, but for me, I always tell people that's my story. I'm not saying that everyone that is single should follow the same pattern. But if you are very sure that you have that conviction, start taking some steps. If possibly to buy, if it's like buying a shoe for the wedding, it can actually be a step. Buying something for the plan, and that will be a lot of stuff. So that's my own personal experience. Like that, I'm connecting back to for some people looking for a finished product. Then do you also think like past trauma can actually be a reason for some people not actually going to marry?
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Past trauma, because when you look at your background,
Yeah.
you be like, oh, my parents suffered, I'm not ready to suffer with any man. So because of that, what I want is a finished product. So all those factors. But if you have searched, before searching is what? Discovering your purpose.
Right.
If you have waited, you would have known that your parents' pattern is not going to be your own pattern. Even if, they are trying to manipulate things at the other realm to make it be like that, you have the power, you have the capacity to break yourself away from such lineage to make sure that your own story doesn't end the way your dad's story ends.
Right.
So they married believing that things will get better, and things never got better till they died. Does not mean your own case is going to be like that. So why waiting for a finished product, and the finished product you're waiting for is what made you to still be single till now? So the age, we look at age, but what is the point of getting married at 25 and you're not happy till you are 55 in that marriage, and getting married at 55, and from that 55 till forever you are happy? Which one? So that's why marriage is a mystery. It's like a lucky dip.
What do you mean by that?
No matter how much you prepare and everything for an ideal marriage, you still don't know what you're going to pick. So because you keep discovering yourself more in the marriage. So marriage is not something of, I know it all.
Right.
So even in the marriage, that is where the post-marriage counseling works. Because you will see things that you don't believe that you did it, or you can say it. You discover yourself more. Things that you thought, you developed thick skin to, you react to it. You wonder why. And things, the same, whether male or female, it happens. So you just need to keep learning how to relate with your partner better. How you're not going to get tired of yourselves. Oh, we've been married for 30 years. We are not counting numbers. We are talking of the quality of the years. So not when you marry, but how are you enjoying your marriage? There's just general saying of marrying a wrong partner is like hell on earth. To the glory of God, I don't know what it feels like, so I won't be able to talk on that aspect, because me, I've been living in paradise from day one till now.
Glory to God. That's good.
You understand?
That's
but the thing is, it burdens my heart when people marry wrong. So instead of marry wrong, it would have even been better not to marry at all. Be happy as a single person rather than marry wrong, and it's hellish living a sort of miserable life all in the name of you are married. And from the moment you're married, it will be a thing of, what would the society say? It's your life.
Thank you. So let me just add something to it around why some people get delayed. And I will share a story around that.
All right.
For some, I think that it could be both ways, both either a male or a female. Some people lack dress sense, the right dress sense. For instance, a lady that doesn't understand the right color. Some people don't understand color combination.
Yeah.
Like, so they don't know what exactly, for every individual, you have your colors.
All right.
What actually bring the best out of you.
Yeah.
So, but for some ladies and for some guys too, they don't understand the right color for them. So, if a lady that her color is actually white, keeps on wearing black, she'll be
not going to attract.
Yes, she won't be visible as such. So, but then also still talking about the right dress sense. I want to say that some guys too, some could look unkempt. Even when the right lady sees them, they won't
fancy them.
Exactly.
Yeah, I understand. What you're saying now. Let me use my personal experience in terms of dressing.
Right.
My marital journey is more of revelational. So, if I'm to say this, I have the leading.
Right.
God, am I cut out for marriage? Am I meant to marry? so that I will know maybe to search or not to search. He said marriage is honorable with bed undefiled. I
Right.
said, okay, I held on to that. So you qualify me to marry. No problem. So along the line, as a young lady looking forward to getting married, I dress formal. I like dressing formal, looking formal. And I got the revelation to change my wardrobe. And I started wearing jeans and top, which ideally you can't catch me wearing such. For me, I changed my look. I cut my hair. I was on Anita Baker. And I remember one of the youth pastors in church were like, Sister Tayo, oh, when I get married? I said, nobody. So I don't know. He said, don't worry, this year will not pass you by. That was crossover, like 1st of January. So don't worry, this year will not pass you by. And for me, I just changed my look and that was it. But it was all part of the strategy.
Right.
But it was revelational. So I empty my wardrobe. I pack all my clothes. I'm not going to be wearing this. Okay. So it was so funny that one of the things that attracted my husband to me was my dressing. This is someone that we've, been together, fellowshipping together, but we don't see ourselves for ourselves. I'm not seeing him as someone I can marry, and he's not seeing me. So we're just seeing ourselves like, oh, brother and sister, and that's all. But when I change my look, he has the nudge to like, Tyra is not looking bad. So maybe that's just what somebody needs to do. Nobody knows. So this is someone we've been seeing regularly. There was even a situation whereby I took my friend to his house, hoping that he would just say, Tyra, I like your friend. that was the motive. But he didn't even see my friend at all. And we just talked generally and we left. I'm just like, what's wrong with this brother now? And in my mind, like, I want to help my friend. I really want, they are good together, But later on, one of the days, I visited him and I was on Jane, and it was like, it was later when we got married, he was telling me that I remember the jean and the white top, it was capri pant. I remember the other jeans. I'm telling you, he has details. Even of recent, he was telling me one Ipsa jeans that has silver stud. I said, even me, I can't remember that jeans. But because it was revelation now, it was easy for me to just change my wardrobe like that, little by little, buy a few jeans, get few tops, and that's what I wear on weekend, and that's what attracted him.
Right.
So the thing is, what is God telling you? What do you need to change? So since then, I've been on lookout.
Right.
So even if I feel like making my hair, I don't, I just realize that making hair is not my thing. So I can wear cap, but naturally, I like my lookouts. I just tongue every weekend, things like that. Even my daughter, like, when are you going to make your hair? I said, your dad met me with low cut, so he doesn't have problem with it. He said, okay. So the thing is, there is something, like you said, dress sense.
Right.
Some people, it's hygiene.
Right. I was going to come to that. I met a lady, sorry to interrupt you. I met a lady at Sheffield recently, and I wanted to buy something. As I bent down to pick something from the store, she bent also. The stench from her hair,
Imagine
my
that.
God, was crazy. So I was now thinking in my mind. So, how about if it was a guy, a prospective suitor
exactly
for this
that
same lady, and the stench from her hair was
horrible,
was very horrible. So for some, it would be the same thing. So people saying it's expensive making hair in the UK.
That's still
it's expensive making hair
you
abroad.
Should not be hygienic.
So
you should know when to loosen the hair.
Right.
You should know when to change your hair. Another thing for me is decorum. I've seen quite a number of ladies, they don't have decorum. And I don't think guys like lousy ladies. So observe your environment. Know how to talk, know how to sit, know how to behave. develop it, cultivate it, groom yourself to be a prime and proper lady, not talking anyhow, not behaving anyhow, not. So that's another factor to how to eat, something as simple as that. So recently I've been commuting with some people, and imagine being in a car with 4 people, and the 4 of us were on phone, and our phone are on speaker making noise. It irritates me.
Right.
But so just imagine I'm a guy. So none of the 4 of us in the car qualifies for the kind of woman I want. So some little stuff like that.
Thank you. Then, and I also feel some guys too should learn some communication strategy, like how people should be able to talk to people. It's not just about ladies.
Ladies, guys
some
as well.
some guys are very too irritating for some ladies because of the way they speak. They just talk, just be like, I'm a man, so I can do anything.
I can say whatever I like.
And for some also, they is like not even knowing how to approach ladies. Yeah, so they believe, like some people say that, okay, I'm looking at this lady, but not having the courage. So I feel it's not. Is it a crime to talk to a lady?
It's not a crime. Is it that yes or no?
Yes. So why not approach the lady after all? Either she says yes or she says no, then you do.
Is it that yes or no? So,
but I also feel that if you have the right thing in place and you understand a particular lady, maybe you understand the person's love language, and you speak the language, the person has the tendency to actually listen to you more, or you have the right approach to people.
It's more of talking, because no matter how much of love language that you speak and you still cannot talk,
yeah,
it's not gonna work.
Right.
So you need to be able to talk.
Be bold.
Yes. You need to be able to be bold to say what you want. So it's either yes or no. And there are some relationships that they don't even say anything, but somehow the relationship started. And along the line, some are working fine. But along the line, some will be like, I never proposed to you.
But that's also very, very dangerous, because I've seen someone like that. I think I expressed that when I was in university. There was this lady that we were always like, we were classmates, right? I just observed a kind of difference. Like, if she was coming to greet me, she was going to hug me. But if she was going to greet my friend, she would just say hi. And I was like, what's the difference between me and this other guy? We are both friends. She too, she was a friend. So if you had to greet me the same way you hug me, then hug my friend
as well.
Then I never knew anything. I was just doing my own stuff. Like, one particular day, a guy, we were there, and someone was saying, I want to talk to that lady, and the other guy said she belongs to Timmy. I said no, and the other guy said I wasn't just interrupting them.
Yeah.
Then he said, after Timmy is not, I know Timmy is not a cultist, so I can go and talk to her. So I kept quiet. So when I heard that, the next time we went on vacation that semester, when we returned, I said, hello, let's have a talk. I said,
we need to define the relationship.
Yeah. Then I said, listen, I know if you see me these days, I've been very careful with the way I talk to you, because I know you have somebody's wife. The way the kind of eye she gave me, I was like, wow. But are we not friends? So like you said, some people need to like define the boundaries. You can't be cooking for a guy, right? You do Kula ministry like they do, right? You are doing Kula ministry, or you buy a lot of stuff, and you are not saying, okay, you are my friend, I like you for the way who you are, I like what you're doing, I like the way we have conversation, and that's it. So defining your boundaries for people to understand.
Because when my husband started always calling me, oh, are you coming this weekend? Because I go to his area to make my hair every weekend. My low cut needs styling every weekend. So, am I seeing you? I'm like, I don't want to be anybody's brother.
Right.
Because I'm like, oh, you and this, who happened? Oh, she's just a sister to me. You and this, oh, she's just a sister. Everybody I don't want to be anybody's sister. I want to settle down. Right. So after speaking with, my accountability partner, like, you need to define the relationship. As you're going now, go meet him, tell him to define the relationship. So I left. I went to the barber, the salon. From the salon, he called, "Are you coming?" I said, "Okay, I'll come." And I went, and the word was too heavy in my mind. Like, I want you. Can we define this? I was just repeating it with him. Like, can we define this relationship? It seemed easy, but it wasn't easy. So while I was seated and repeating it on my mind, he just said, "I believe we can work together." And let me tell you a funny thing about what he said. When I met with my accountability partner, even during my prayer and everything, like, "Do you like him?" I said, "It's okay."